WeeklyVee, what's up? Episode 7. If you fucking love boats as much as I do, you're gonna love this episode. If you do not love losing, you lost.
About shit liar. Broke niggas swearing that it's his shit. I don't talk about it, be about it, what I've been on. I've been spending big boy guap since I've been home.
So I want to talk about positivity. I want to talk about being yourself. You know, self-love. I want to talk about just somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? Just so like when someone hears it, it's like.
You know what you're saying? What you're really saying is, if you aren't your biggest fan. If you're not your #1 own fan, you got no fucking shot. That's what it is. Like what people don't understand is like once you cross that chasm for self-esteem, like once you're about yourself, you don't give a fuck. And the key is pro or con. When you don't hear the cheering or the booing, you've won. Because once you're addicted to the fucking clapping, then the naysaying got equal leverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real positivity is with yourself, not the fucking motivational shit I post or like, you know, or your friend that's like bright. That's great, but that's only like an injection. You know what I mean? You're good for a minute, but then you go back to your own place, and until it's in your own fucking dome, fuck. Until you're fucking clapping for yourself, and not on some delusion shit. Because if you become delusional, you've lost. Like truly. Not on some like, oh, you tried, it's okay, because it's not, because you're trying to win. It's finding that balance between left and right, pulling for both directions. But yeah, man, I believe in that shit so much. Like, being your biggest fan is fucking everything. But also respecting the market, the shit we were talking about earlier. You know? Like, I'm my biggest fan. I think I'm gonna win every fucking time. But when I don't, I'm like, I fucking lost.
What about people, who do you think about, like, I think nowadays everyone wants to be famous. Yeah, everyone wants people like the thought of it. Yeah. But it's fucking work. Oh, yeah. You know, like, it sounds good on paper.
Right.
And just to hear.
100%, it sounds good on paper. You know what's funny? People will say it. This is actually back to the first fucking part of this. People will say it, but they actually don't mean it in their head. Actually, I think more people hold themselves back than think they can actually do it. Yeah. I think there's more people that can actually do it.
Become rich or famous.
Or just happy. Like when I hear rich and famous now, it was funny, you just said those two words, and literally in my head I'm like happy. Because you know this now too. And there's unlimited motherfuckers who are rich and famous and are unhappy as fuck. Sad as shit. Money and fame expose you. They speed up the process.
Life.
Period. If you're happy, you're about to get real fucking happy. If you're sad, you're about to get real fucking sad.
I don't understand that. You're not guaranteed happiness with money. Okay.
And you know how it is. I get these comments constantly. People are like, okay, bet, but I'd rather be crying in my Bentley. And I laugh at that shit. I'm like, cause you don't understand. Because when you get to that moment when you've got a gun in your mouth, sitting in your fucking Bentley, and with 13 zeros in your bank account, you don't give a fuck. People don't have empathy for other people, they don't know. The biggest issue is not having, like where people get caught is not having anything or having too much. They're the same side of the coin. 100%. Yeah, but back, like, if you're not positive for yourself, it's pretty much a wrap. And the biggest thing I try to tell people that are like, when they hear that, they hit me up. Sometimes I get a good, interesting DM. They're like, yo, you tell me not to listen to anybody else, but what if I'm telling myself I'm a piece of shit? And like the answer to that always is, you aren't. Somebody put that in your fucking head and you accepted it. Your pessimistic father put that in your head. Your older sister who hates life put that in your head. Somebody instilled that shit in your head. The second you realize that you don't hate yourself, somebody else put that in your head, the second you start carving that shit out of your brain, like some cancer. If you are shitting on yourself, that is not your natural state. You are not born or built to actually think you fucking suck. You don't. You've actually parroted, you know, a parrot, like Johnny, you know that thing? You've parroted somebody else's voice. So many of you, unfortunately, are in ecosystems of family members and people close to you who've built insecurity in you from the get, and I am here to fucking take it out. I am here to take it out. My friend, you don't fucking suck. You're fucking awesome. You need to carve that shit out of your brain.
Asking questions, but I don't got the answers for them though. Mama told me to be patient, build it from the ground until they come, and they will come. We gon' ride to the sunset until it's time, all in time.
So I have a list of a few companies.
Good.
Microsoft, what do they do?
Well, I think Microsoft needs to look back at what happened with PlayStation when they went, with Xbox, when they kind of went outside of where you expected them to go and executed extremely well in a way they went. And I think the acquisition of LinkedIn was a win. I think that's a win. I think the company's pretty hot. And so right now, I would be looking at OTT. Like, why can't Microsoft be a significant competitor to Amazon Prime, Hulu? Like, I think the M is like a huge OTT platform. They've got plenty of money. When you own LinkedIn, you could do a huge CNBC-like world of just LinkedIn. When you own Xbox, you can do a huge original programming just on esports. So my hot take for them is start an OTT, call it the M, triple down on esports and business, and I'm sure they own a ton of other shit that I don't even know that would do really well. And I think it would be the kind of thing that all of a sudden, think about how it works with their whole, now they got the Surface, right, or things of that nature. Now you've got you've got your House of Cards, you've got your big hit, and now the original, now you've got people fucking on it. It's the best series, and now season 2 is exclusively on the Surface, and now you're using content to drive your hardware business.
IBM.
So I only have surface level knowledge of Watson, but Watson feels to me like a true Alexa and Google Home competitor. Like, I feel like they could make a voice device thing where they can humanize the Watson. Like, maybe the device looks like a face, max headroom. You might be too young for that, guys, but Google it. And so for me, IBM's place is, if Watson's so smart, why not make the voice device play? Because I think that will be one of the biggest plays, and IBM can do to Google and Microsoft and Amazon and Facebook what they did to them with winning voice.
Samsung.
Samsung was so dangerously close to winning. I don't think people understand how much the youth fucked with them right before the phone went on fire. It was right there, and I still think deep buried in there, there is a underlining Gen Z, the Zoomers, I think are very open to embrace a non-Apple product in the US, because Apple to them is the fucking establishment. And I think Samsung has the most permission. They did a lot of smart stuff with Casey Neistat. I think that they need to go back to those roots that I think they've gone away from here a little bit, because they went on defense with the phone on fire, and I think they go on offense. Like, I would make a commercial, it's like, yo, you think our fucking phone was on fire last time? We're really on fire now. Look at this. I would literally come out with something called the Samsung Fire. Own your own fucking joke. Own your own fucking joke. It's my favorite move in high school. They're gonna make fun of you for braces, own it. They're gonna make fun of you for acne, own it. Once you take it from them, you own it, they don't. And so that's what I would do if I'm Samsung. I would literally come out with the best innovative phone we could possibly put out. Go Project Fire, and then just fucking own the whole Fire story. These are really good ideas.
Yeah, it's really good. Love it.
Jesus.
Calvin Klein.
So I think fashion brands need to really think about collaborations, youth culture, a lot of TikTok, a lot of finding their Off-White, their Sean, you know, their Kendrick, their Kanye, their, you know, Travis Scott, their, you know, Joey Fresh. They need to find collaborations because I don't think just sneakers. I think there's a crazy collaboration with Calvin Klein and a very attractive man and woman for their underwear, like we saw with Marky Mark and Kate Moss back in the day. I think a real heavy collab with like whoever the kind of cultural 20-year-old sex symbols are, but not the way they've done it for the last 8 to 10 years, where it's like Bieber or Haley will be the face of the brand. No, I mean like collab, where like all of a sudden we've seen the first innovation on underwear, like the band is different, or the pockets are different, or like, you know, like just something neat that is collabed with a creative director that is that person, and like, you know, that's what I would probably do, and I would really focus on TikTok if I was Calvin Klein. I think winning youth culture when you're that kind of brand is imperative. If you are a fashion brand that markets to 30 and under, you should be spending an uncomfortable amount of your money on TikTok.
Thank you.
I have one curious one. Like, how would you go about helping Apple not be perceived as establishment now?
Innovate, but they haven't done that. That's my biggest gripe with their current CEO. Fucking innovate. Video games too. I can't believe Apple's not a real player in that. If Jobs was still around, they'd probably have a standalone handheld console that fucking blew everybody's mind, like a Switch for the fucking 26-year-olds. Because that's what he fucking did.
Hey guys, this is Eitan Sugarman. I'm an entrepreneur. Gary's one of my best friends for 15 years. I'm the owner of Made in New York Pizza, Hunt and Fish Club, White Horse Tavern. So you're gonna see a video now of all of us in Paterson, New Jersey last week. So Gary and I took a trip out there. We went to see our friends DJ Envy, his partner Cesar Pina, and we took our friend DJ Clue with us. Envy and Cesar are doing these wonderful, wonderful seminars where they're teaching their community how to invest in themselves, how to invest in real estate, and kind of demystifying the process of real estate ownership. So many people seem to think that it's beyond their grasp to own their own properties and to own their own apartments and their own homes. And they're kind of breaking that myth. They're showing people how ownership is possible, even with low to medium incomes. Gary and I found that really interesting, so did Clue. We want to take a trip out there and see what they're doing and take a look at some of these communities and see about, you know, maybe investing in these projects, because it's really interesting to us to invest in these properties that provide, you know, housing opportunities for people that are starting out, just like we did all these years ago. So we saw a lot of great things. We're thinking really heavily about getting into this, and watch the video.
For me personally, with everything I heard, because I've never been a conservative investor, my conservative part of my life is me, the human, and my business. And then on investing, I've been actually a pretty hardcore gambler, high risk, high reward. The one thing that has my attention quite a bit here is, there's two things. One is Jersey itself. Jersey itself, as a Jersey boy, is kind of on my mind as I'm going into this next chapter. And two, I think Jersey's next when it comes to Brooklyn. So like Maplewood got crazy in the last decade, right? So one of the things that I'll be looking for in this process, besides really trying to help like in any way I can, actually this is all a very warm room, obviously starting the most with him, is do I think Rutherford is the next Bushwick? Or which one is it? Newark is really interesting to me. The bones of Newark can hold 600,000 people. It's at 330. That's interesting to me. Like, and then I just haven't done the homework, and obviously you guys have done a lot more. Like there's a little part of me that's like, what makes it fun for me is just deciding it's Secaucus and then just making Secaucus lit.
I need time out, hood, baby, don't play around. Come and add out, yeah, with a whole 100 rounds. Ooh, my meds out, now I'm finna spaz out. If that bitch ain't fine fat, take that trash out. Eddie, Black, Caddy, Ryan, we Reggie, Rocky, a Patty. These niggas drip jacket, fresh shit here, you catch get ready.
You know, 5 a.m. Wake up, 4:38, what was it, 5 a.m. wake up. Atlanta, last night with Yachty. Flew in, quick shower, several calls, meetings. Went out to Paterson, New Jersey on some secret shit. Now going to a meeting with a potential client CEO, then an 8 p.m. workout. D-Rock will try to remind me to get a little iPhone video for the workout, and that will be our Monday. Most people checked out on this President's Day. I'm just not about that Abraham Lincoln, George Washington shit. Can't even say Washington. Fucking work.
All these things for your kids, you raise them in a better environment than you were raised in, you're giving them more things, and then you see all these DMs from these kids and they actually resent it when they're 18 years old.
It would make the majority of people that are listening right now that are high net worth and are paying for kids' stuff, if they're 14 to 25, it would make them shiver at their core to know what their kids actually think of them. As a matter of fact, here's an incredible thing. This was a very emotional moment for me yesterday. I was at the gym yesterday at 8:30 p.m. You know, because I was in Atlanta in the morning, couldn't do my normal workout. It's President's Day weekend, so nobody was in, it was 8:30 p.m. in the gym right here at Equinox across my office. And not a lot of people there. This big dude, it was really funny. Talk about admiration on both sides. This huge, bulky guy, big butt, big thighs. He's like throwing up like 125s on like arms. I'm just like, Jesus. Anyway, sure enough, I'm leaving. And he grabs me, he's like, hey, big fan, just wanted to ask you, do you have any business, any job opportunities? And before I could say anything, he goes, I don't want to lie to you, and he looks 27 to me, which means he's 24 to 32. He says to me, I'm in bodybuilding and fitness, I've competed, I'm from Spain, and I don't want to lie to you, my parents have been taking care of me, and I don't want to do that anymore. And when I tell you, my heart, it meant so much to me.
He gets it.
Not only does he get it, because he was a fan and knew my stuff, that I am saying and talking about things that very few people are talking about because I'm reading these comments and I'm making observations that I don't think are obvious. Nonetheless, to your question, these kids resent their parents and believe that they can't do anything. They are 100% zoo animals. You go take the biggest tiger in the zoo of any zoo in America right now, and you put him in the wild, they're dead in a minute. And that's the children we're raising. We're taking care of them. This is why I keep telling hood kids, you've got the advantage. You think it's the machine is suppressing you, but the internet flipped it. Because the internet doesn't know our backgrounds. It's just if you make music, if you make content, if you make t-shirts, they don't know if you're good, there's nobody stopping you. The system used to be against you, now it's reverse. Now, college, the parent's dad's friend has a job waiting for the kid, cool. But as somebody who's been on the other side of that kid's going nowhere in that organization. The kid knows it. The biggest thing that parents are delusional to is kids know.
They know they're in the zoo.
They know they're in the zoo. And they're mad at the people that built the zoo. And the person that built the zoo is their parents.
Hi everyone, my name is Sinan and I'm a project manager and paid media buyer at Team Gary. Now I'm going to show you what's on my desk. Let's go. So this is my corner, that's Gary's office. It's generally super hectic, but I'm going to show what's on my desk. I want to start on with, as a Star Wars geek, with my BB-8. Huge Star Wars guy, as you guys know. Just pulling from opposite directions, we have a BB-9E and a BB-8. You can't just have the good, you gotta have both. So, Max, get out of here. On to the next one. We have this, I'm a clean guy, as you can see it's all clean. So we have this Garyvee, it's a mindset game, because it is a mindset game and you gotta clean your shit. And this is a fan-made Lego of me with VaynerMedia sign on it. I don't know how much you guys care about me. I think I have one fan. I think my mom sent this, but it looks pretty cool. And the last part is, I'm, again, the health geek, so this is chlorella. If I eat something weird, I don't want to get sick, so I just bring my chlorella. If you don't know what this is, you can DM me. Last one, again, I said there's a lot of shit going on around here, so I gotta close my ears, and like, as Gary says, Jason can play the clip, I can't hear you. You gotta play this, I can't hear you, so you gotta focus.
Can't hear you.
And the last part, this is a very, very important part. I have my basketball. So when I'm bored, I just play around with it. And if I want to move around, I can do this. It's a standing desk, you move around. If you're bored, you just walk around, fuck around with Jason, you say what's up to Gary. And then this is my desk. And hopefully it's the best desk tour ever. Episode 7, my lucky number. You know, everything that I showed you is really valuable to me. So if you're around the office, please don't steal my shit. Thank you for having me.
I can't lose. I got hot top shoes on. Heard he on the news. Yeah, he telling on his crew.
You can hit me up anytime. Yeah, I mean, he's always 24/7 too. Real pleasure. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for everything, for real.
We got the best gig. He loves this culture more than breathing, as do I. And like, we don't want anything from nobody. That's what everyone's like, why is this happening? Like, you know, different people, business people, even the labels, they're like, why is everyone fucking with you? I'm like, because I don't want anything from them. You're trying to sign them and own their life. I'm trying to fucking put money and exposure in their pocket. You know, like, it's not super complicated.
I was telling him the first time we met, I was like, why don't you start a record label? Like, Gary, he was like, we don't even want it.
Yeah, like, listen, if I decide I want to, I won't be scared to do it. And by the way, if the more love you give, that by the time we do that, everyone's gonna wanna come. But I'm not even thinking about that. Right now, we like being agnostic. That's why 137 is so big for us. We're about to make that, like, I promise, like the freshman list or other shit, like give us 24 months, everyone's gonna be, because it lets us scale, because I'm busy, I don't get to do this that much, but like, if we wanna give love to Key Glock or something, or you, like, we got a platform now to do it at scale. Hey, bunch of B-roll, I'm sure. Today's Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Good day of operational meetings. Not much else to say. Good day. Good. So it's 5 o'clock. Just fucking getting ready. Trying not to forget anything. Now off to LA. Woke up and had no fucking idea where I was. I think it was in New York. That's fucking entrepreneur life. Just landed in LA. Met this super nice dude. Said what's up. Now fucking working time. Vlog, what's good? Don't have any video person with me. I'm in LA in the VaynerMedia offices. No, I'm good. About to have some meetings. Just had a senior leadership meeting. About to have this gentleman join me for a meeting. Just keeping you updated. Vlog life. What? What's up, vlog? Just had a bunch of meetings in the LA VaynerMedia office. Super productive day. Operationals, 2 hours with the leadership team here. Like 4 or 5 other meet and greet kind of meetings. Just some random meetings of old friends, new friends, heading to a client thing with 1:37 p.m. and purewow.com for Gallery Media Group, and just excited, just kind of living the entrepreneurial executive life like I do, which is fun, and I'm really enjoying WeeklyVee. I really appreciate that you guys are enjoying it. I could see that it's bringing a lot of value to a lot of people. See a lot of people talking about getting back on the Garyvee train, which is a lot of fun. You're always trying to eliminate friction from your end user, and I think WeeklyVee is bringing a lot of value. So thank you, and I'll keep doing it.
He's the one local.
Oh, you're the local. I was going, why is he in shorts? I'm like, I'm free.
Just had a really good meeting with a bunch of Vayner Sports athletes, and now heading down to LA, going to a couple meetings, and then to the airport back to NYC. What's up, vlog? On my way now to Quibi, the new platform. Maybe you saw the Super Bowl ads or been hearing about it. Just leaving the VaynerX offices, which are right over. So that's where I'm going, and heading to the airport in a couple hours. LA's been productive, kind of managing my world right now through email and text and phone calls. I do that quite a bit. So it's meeting life, but on the road instead of in my office. All right, just got done with my WeeklyVee meeting. I can't tell you shit about it. Nothing. I can't tell you anything about it, vlog. Zero. 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 Zero.
I just told Richie we rich.
Hey, it's Mike Boyd from the Monday to Monday podcast and playlist, and what you're about to watch is a meeting Gary had with Pink Sweats last week.
There's a lot of entrepreneurs who have more money than me, but I'm the entrepreneur. You know, I'm your entrepreneur's favorite entrepreneur, you know, like kind of thing. Like, and I want the admiration. I want to bring the most value. Even what we're doing with music stuff. Every day. I mean, you must get it, because I'm busy doing a lot of shit. Every day I get 3 people meaningfully saying, yo, what are you really doing with the music? You know, like everybody thinks we're up to an album, everybody thinks we're up to a record label, everybody thinks I'm like, giving love.
Yeah, that's tight.
Giving love to one of the 4 things that matter in society.
Yeah.
Karma.
That's tight, bro.
I think so. And like, I'm an entrepreneur, like in 13 years, and I'm like, oh shit, MTV went out of business, I'm gonna buy that old brand and reboot it. I'm not against it, but it's definitely not why I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know? So.
Yeah, right. I don't know what MTV's gonna do.
MTV's gonna do.
Are they in a bad place or something?
No, they just. I mean, everybody's transitioning.
No, they're in the worst place. Let me save you the most time. Tell me one 15 to 25-year-old in America that fucks with MTV heavy.
No, it's
find that person.
I don't know about the worst place. Music is a tough place right now, especially for like magazines, Fader, and everything. Like
that's fine. That just because that's like saying like they suck. That person sucks too. I'm like, yeah, that person sucks too. Yeah. But like that person, like Rap Caviar's doing just fine.
Sure.
Like, you know, SoundCloud rappers are popping every day. Like, you know.
No, most definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think for me, that's the kind of brand that has to do something like Fila or Champion. Mm-hmm. You know, like where are they at? Somebody in the next 50 years, whether it's tomorrow or 31 years from now, is gonna take it, do it proper.
Yeah.
MTV should be Spotify. People don't get how it actually works.
No,
you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
MTV should have been Napster. MTV should have been Spotify.
But they were stuck, though.
They were stuck. By the way, what do you think happens to artists?
They get stuck.
They get stuck. They have one album in them.
I just told Richie we rich.
At the airport, that fucking Delta life, heading to New York. Big day tomorrow.
Demonstration of the safety features of the Airborne 767 aircraft.
Take it on. Hey, I got 2 seconds. Have you gotten into it yet?
Nope.
Okay, so what we're gonna talk about a little bit today, I mean you guys are without me, is I really, really need to fix VaynerMedia to be like Team Gary. And so I think you're seeing a lot of, you know, smoke on this. So in the most awesome, safe way, I'm trying to decide who in this room needs to go and be in the creative department at Vayner. And you need to decide if that's good for you or if you're excited about that. And so I've already had subtle conversations with you. I've already been game planning on my very ivory tower point of view of like watching you guys from afar. It's a pretty epic opportunity from the standpoint. What you have to kind of decide is like, I'm gonna try to make it as unbelievable for you as possible because you're my inner circle of like, is there value to go in there for 18 to 24 months? Is there the option to then come back? What I will say is if you're gonna, and Andy will go through it and we'll go through it all together. If you go in, it's gotta be minimum 12 months. Like if you go there and it's a month and you're like, fuck, I didn't realize how awesome it was. Like I thought I hated Sid, but I love Sid. Like he's way better than Rick. You know, like that kind of stuff. So, but I definitely need to impact the agency, and the best way for me to do that is to impact it with the people that fucking know. And guess what? You're the people that know. So it's not like if you're like super pumped about it, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. This is all one family. So like I'm saying this because I don't want you to be scared and be like, yeah, and be like, oh, did Gary get mad? Like I'm pumped either way. I think there's a real impact that all of you can make. And this is like really important moment. Like Vayner's on the cusp. And the thing that Vayner's missing is a creative department that looks like you at the maker level that goes up. For a lot of you, I think this could be a huge opportunity. A lot of learnings. You know, we talk like it's a lot slower out there than it is here. The other thing is it can lead to a career path that might be something you want. Like you guys know, from my perspective, everybody just needs to find their happiness. If your happiness is to be a creative director in the #1 creative agency in the world in 6 years and make $290 or $320, then let me tell you right now, you better really consider this one right now, because that's gonna be by far the easiest path to that. So really exciting time. I wanted to jump in because I didn't want somebody else to deliver the news of like, hey, I'm in a mental place right now where I'm okay with more than half of this team going into the machine because we need it. And I think your impact could be enormous. And I think for 70% of that group, it could be disproportionately the right thing to do. And last night I was thinking, I'm like, let me create a trigger that also, if they're 50-50, which probably at some level everyone could be, what's the trigger of like, okay, 12 minimum, most likely 18 months you can come back if you want. What does that mean? Very frankly, no question, there's probably some pay bump that comes along with that, going into the machine, so that's some real talk too, and you can have that convo with me, so that's the gist. Awesome, cool, thanks Ish.
I can't lose, I got hot top shoes on, heard he on the news, yeah he telling on his crew. What a hoes there, I screw him like a screw. Kiss my content, I'm smoking exotic, ooh. Leo content,
Good. That was fun. You know what it is? I care about people. I'm comfortable in my environment. That's how I like to communicate. Plenty of people get frustrated with me of like, you're interrupting this and that, but I also like, I know you don't. I care about like, so somebody doesn't like the interrupting. The good news is, like I said in the podcast today, there's unlimited options. I know there's a lot of people who actually learn this way, and in that chaos is the breakthrough. Continue your work. Thank you.
Real.
It's fucking real, bro.
It's a lot to take in.
You well?
I'm great.
Good man.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to come here and tour. This place is awesome.
Cool, right?
Yeah. Do you have time for a question? Just
real fast, go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote it down so I wouldn't take up your time. So I want to know, what is the right balance between spending money on things you like versus giving back to the people that have impacted your life or whose lives you'd like to impact?
You get to make that decision. It's no different than the coin.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody judge you. You want to buy a fucking Pirates, you want to buy a Pirates jersey? Epic. You want to give back to your aunt because she helped you? Epic. There is no wrong call, there's only your call.
Yeah. I got it.
The fact that you even asked the question means your intent's in a good place. You've actually already won that game. Now take all the opinions out and it's over.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, if you want a bigger challenge than winning the Super Bowl with the Jets, please buy the Pirates. Please buy the Pirates.
I gotta go in this meeting.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
1 of 1.
You're the best. I love it. So good, the 5, everything. I've never told this story. No question, in the history of my life, the apex of my athletic ability is literally baseball. I actually have to go to Colonia, New Jersey. I threw out 8 people in a Little League game and they put a plaque in my room, in the clubhouse. And in high school I went and it was still there. I will literally this summer, the 3 of us, Lewis, Pat, we'll make some baseball content. Yeah, Friday, good week. Didn't have a film person with me a lot of this week, super weird. Hope this was a good WeeklyVee for you guys. It's like, these videos I make for this, it's kind of like, I don't know, like fucking working. Like, I hope that it's showing how much of an executive I am at some level, because I think it helps paint a fuller picture. Like, I'm thrilled to be a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, a fucking investor, but like, I'm an operator, and I love that. And so it's what I do all the time, always. You had it, don't even worry, don't apologize. We're in the studio we're with your guy, we're chopping, we're chilling, we ordered some chicken wings, we're feeling delicious.